What's up, guys? Graffiti here, and today I want to talk about Big Brother Season 23. First, I just want to go down a breakthrough through all the weeks, right? So, week 1, Travis goes home, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, really random, as usually first week evictions are. Second week, Frenchie goes home, and it makes sense because the guy had a terrible game, he was just completely ruining everything. And then third goes, and it's Brent. And I'm like, okay, that's fine too. They said he was causing some chaos in the house. No one really liked him too much, apparently, from what they showed on the actual show. So I was like, okay, that's fine too. But you start seeing a pattern. And then Whitney goes. And you're like, why Whitney? Because your sister's coming for some strong competitors? Okay, pretty obvious what's going on here. And then Christian gets backdoored. It's like, okay, he's a strong competitor, but I see where that's going. Then Brittany goes home. It's painfully obvious by this point that all the white people are in danger of not winning this game. And that's what really sucks about this season. It just feels like this is the most racist season of Big Brother since season 15. I hated that season. I haven't even rewatched it because I just was so disgusted by all the racism and just complete trash personalities most of the house guests had on that season. Just the racist comments said about people is just not something I want to watch over again. And I feel like that about this season, where at least Big Brother 15, they had a lot of entertaining fights. This season was so boring and predictable. It's like all the white people were just fine with sacrificing their game so that black people can go to the final 6. And these people are absolutely fucking retarded if they did not see the Cookout Alliance the whole time. Like, every single week, a white person went home and they're all like, oh gee, I wonder, could all the black people be in an alliance together? I have no idea because I'm a fucking retard. I mean, how Claire and Derek kind of seen it coming, but they didn't really do nothing about it. They were over here joking about it. So was Alyssa. And I'm sure they feel pretty fucking stupid right now. Now look, I know there's been all white alliances in the past, but those were just alliances that just happened to have white people in it. It wasn't like all the white people in the house decided, hey, you know what? We're all going to unite and we're going to get everybody that's not white out of this house. We're going to vote to evict everybody that's not the same skin color as me and all of us every single week. That is racism. I don't care if you try to justify it by, oh, well, we never had a black winner and so on and so on. Like, who fucking gives a shit? We've had people of color win Big Brother a couple different times. Like, what does the race matter? As long as you played a better game than everybody else, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. I watch Big Brother for good gameplay. I watch it for the power struggle. I watch it for the fights, for the drama. Watch it for the power struggle of alliances trying to stay in power. I don't watch it for, oh gee, I wonder what people of color is gonna win this season. Like, what? Why is Big Brother acting so woke all of a sudden? I noticed it last year too, when Devon and all of them were talking about, oh, how it feels to be a black woman in America and representation matters and, oh, we need a black winner on the show and all this stupid shit. It's like, dude, I watch TV to be entertained. I don't watch TV to hear your political fucking messages about how things need to be more woke in the world and shit. How everything has to be so included for everybody else and all this other nonsense. Like, are we watching an entertaining TV show or are we hearing a bunch of stupid shit that I can already read on Twitter? I mean, TV is supposed to be an escape from the real world, not all this bullshit they're shoving into it. So, I don't know. The season's not very rewatchable. All the racism aside, it's overall just a very boring season. There was barely any fights. The most entertaining thing that happened the whole season was Kylan talking shit about Xavier's nephew, and then everybody got all pissed off about him doing that, and I was like, it's kind of a little messed up, Kylan, but, I don't really care. It's the most spicy thing that's happened all fucking season. These people act like they're not competing for fucking money in the show. It's like, I've never seen so many people I just don't care to win. Like, Big D's fat ass goes all the way to the final 2, which I predicted like a month or 2 ago that was going to happen. It was painfully obvious. Everyone just kept him around because he was a big fat dumbass who couldn't win anything. And I was surprised by how many of the White House guests were perfectly fine losing out on a life-changing amount of money to black people who were trying to make them feel bad, like it's their fault. Like, no, that's the casting department's fault because they cast like 2 black people out of 14 house guests, and then y'all act surprised when a black person doesn't win Big Brother. They didn't have good odds to begin with. It's called math. Yeah, after Derek X got evicted, I kind of stopped watching around that week. Because I was just really debating on if I should even continue watching. I didn't even watch like the first week or 2 after that. I kind of caught up on it a little bit after that, but yeah. It just sucks to see all these great Big Brother players get kicked out because of their race. I joked with somebody about this on Twitter. I was like, Derek X's biggest mistake was thinking he could win Big Brother this season because he's not a black man. So he had no chance at all. And that's really fucked up when you think about it. I know people want to have their first black winner, and that's fine and everything. I don't care. You know, good job, Xavier. We all knew he was going to win Big Brother since we found out he won the last power veto competition of the summer. Colin's fate was sealed. We all knew it. We all knew Xavier was going to win. We've just been waiting for the past week for him to finally win, and he finally has. Tiffany wins America's Favorite Player. That's fine too. She deserves it. I would have been fine if Derek X won too, but I'm cool with either one. It doesn't really matter. Tiffany was playing a pretty good game this summer. I like Big Brother seasons where you have a final two that's actually worthy. I don't like when you have one obvious winner, then you have like 2 or 3 floaters in the final fucking 4. Boring television. And I know that's not really something CBS can control, but for the viewers, it just makes it very boring when you are invested in a show for 2-3 months, and then you get to the end and it's just, oh, there's only one person who's actually done anything all season, then the rest of them are floaters. Which Kylan wasn't a floater. I'm talking about Ozzy and Big D. They literally just laid around the entire season. And there was actually stupid people on the internet saying they wanted Ozzy to win over Xavier. I don't know what show these people are watching, but they're clearly not watching this season. Because Ozzy did not deserve to win no fucking $750,000. That would have been one of the worst winners in BB history. Right up there with fucking Josh. But yeah, overall Isaiah's season was pretty forgettable trash. Hope next season's better. There was like no fights at all this season. There was no drama. There was nothing entertaining or crazy going on. It was pretty predictable. Every single week, it's just the cookout dominating every single week. It just makes for boring television. Nothing ever got spiced up. There was never a power struggle. I never felt like the cookout was ever in any danger of getting evicted. So it was made for very boring television. Every single week I watched the same exact thing. Rinse and repeat. Cookout member wins HOH or veto. Either that or if they influence the person who does win HOH or veto to not send a black person home. And then whoever isn't black on the block, majority of the time they always go home. Unless they send like a white person next to another white person, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't see a reason to ever watch the season ever again.